And dude, your teeth are white.
Stop. It's contrast.
Clean.
It's not the same, but it's contrast.
Pranks, push-ups, and dance challenges are just a few of the things that keep the This Is Us gang feeling like the closest cast on TV. The only thing the Pearsons know how to do as well as cry is laugh, which is bound to happen when you have an acting family that loves each other as much as these guys do. Their bromances, melting prosthetics, pranks that have ruined a few good takes, and filming season 5 looks downright crazy. Here's what the cast has revealed about their best on-set blunders and bloopers, plus how they feel about becoming unintentional family therapists. Oh, and be careful if you aren't caught up on the series, because there are spoilers ahead. The Pearson siblings are like any normal family, and that means that to stay in character, the cast is constantly messaging each other. During a photo shoot with The Hollywood Reporter, Chrissy Metz decided to do what any good sister would and push her unsuspecting brothers into the pool. Justin Hartley and Sterling K. Brown are used to being on the receiving end of a Pearson family prank, since their on-screen dad has pulled one over on them a few times. Like when Milo Ventimiglia couldn't resist a prank in the middle of filming. When Kevin and Randall were having a heart-to-heart in a car, the duo started talking about how they wished their father was still around. Milo took this as his cue to run up alongside the car and remind his sons he was just chilling backstage. Justin and Sterling took it like champs, but Justin admits it probably ruined his best take.
We're talking, and all of a sudden this guy starts doing it.
The actors who portray the Pearsons wish these beloved characters were real just like the rest of us. That's why they get the cast and crew together for dinners and hangouts just like the real Pearson family gatherings. The cast are the first to tell you that these dinners are full of laughter and discussions about the juicy twists the show has in store for us next. So our only question now is, what do we gotta do to get an invite? The cast tries to instill a little laughter into everything they do on set to help them get through the show's most emotional scenes. This has resulted in a new on-set hobby, TikTok challenges. Complete with full Pearson family wardrobe, the whole cast got in on the Smeeze challenge. Looks like the Pearsons got some moves. Any chance they'll become TikTok famous? Sterling K. Brown and Susan Kelechi Watson also decided to try out Drake's In My Feelings challenge. They busted some moves that we're sure their TV children would be mortified by, but we're more than happy to have it on repeat. The cast might spend pretty much every waking moment together while filming, but even after 5 seasons, they have a little trouble remembering how to spell Milo's last name.
Ventigm.
But don't worry, at least his TV wife managed to ace the test.
Ventimiglia.
Yeah, she nailed it.
Season 5 is looking a little different on the set of This Is Us, since new safety measures have pretty much restricted any physical contact between the actors. Chairs are separated by plexiglass barriers, so each cast member has their own plastic box to chill in before filming, which kinda looks like a zoo for actors. The show's creator, Dan Fogelman, also posted a picture of Milo and Mandy social distancing and joked that the intimacy on TV is going to look a lot different in 2020. Speaking of Season 5, Mandy Moore will be wearing a lot of prosthetics as the season explores Rebecca living with Alzheimer's. The cast combats these scenes with laughter and joy every time the director yells cut, but laughing isn't always so easy for Mandy, and it has everything to do with all that gunk on her face. Mandy sometimes has to hide away to avoid laughing between scenes so she doesn't accidentally rip her face off, which is a product of 4 hours in hair and makeup. Mandy blames Sterling, Justin, and Chris Sullivan for making her laugh the most.
And I can't laugh with those prosthetics.
Oh, that's right. We're like ripping your face off.
Totally, exactly.
But it's hard to avoid disaster with prosthetics on because it's not the only thing that can send her back to the makeup chair. Sometimes a few tears can make her face start to melt, which, when you imagine it, is a little less This Is Us and a lot more American Horror Story. This Is Us has also had some problems with Mother Nature. Milo recalls one on-set moment when everyone was watching Mandy and Sterling film an emotional scene outside, when suddenly Sterling had to stop to point out that a bird had pooped on Mandy's hat.
Wait, hold on. I know you're in the zone, but a bird just defecated on your hat?
But Mandy's a pro, so after being ushered off stage for a quick hat change, she popped back into the scene like nothing happened.
And then they popped right back in the moment. I'm like, oh my God, I would have lost my mind.
Speaking of Mandy, her TV hubby has nothing but good things to say, but we're not surprised. Our favorite on-screen couple, who have the impressive superpower of making us go from laughter to tears and back again all within a 2-minute scene, have the most fun when they're on camera together. Milo and Mandy, who we'll refer to as M&M from now on because they're so delicious, gush about each other all the time.
You're protective.
And you're practical.
Like, what's a better word for kind? You're the team leader.
Thank you.
Milo says Mandy is just as nice as she seems, but she's also hard on herself. As for Milo, Mandy says he's the best co-star and awesome TV dad, but he has the biggest potty mouth. Apparently, he drops F-bombs so often, they should start a swear jar. As for M&M's best-kept behind-the-scenes secret, that would be their candy stash, which they always keep attached to their chairs in case they need a mid-scene pick-me-up.
It's not like nuts and dried fruits. No.
No.
It's like the hardcore sugar stuff.
Yeah.
The two are also great at collaborating on things that aren't acting, like when they showed off their musical skills to glamour by rapping the Fresh Prince theme song.
Look at my kingdom, I was finally there to sit on my throne as the Prince of Bel-Air.
It might seem like all laughs, but you're definitely wondering how this cast isn't constantly in tears having to portray such heartbreaking moments. Why don't you take a guess about which castmate cries the most on set? The cast consensus is in, and it's definitely Mandy Moore. But Mandy's also a goofball behind the scenes. She even uses Rebecca's pregnancy belly as her own portable table for on-set lunches and script reviews. It's all about practicality, people. M&M aren't the only two with an unbreakable bond. Justin and Sterling are man-crushing on each other all the time. According to Justin, Sterling's the show's real heartthrob. Sterling humbly disagrees, complimenting Justin on his white teeth, perfectly coiffed hair, and says that touching him—
It's like brushing up against a rock.
Oh my God, you stop.
We'd definitely like to find that last one out for ourselves. To bond, the Pearson bros have started a push-up challenge meant to resemble the one Jack does with Randall when he's a kid. Milo and Sterling gave it a go, and then Justin had to get in on the action. Feel free to drop a heart in the comments if you wish you were up next. Toby is definitely not to be excluded from the brotherly bonding. In fact, Chris Sullivan and Justin can't stop cracking each other up behind the scenes, and sometimes on camera. Justin says he often breaks character with Chris because they do a lot of ad-libbing. In one scene where Kevin admits that he hasn't seen Notting Hill, there are outtakes of Toby shaking him and freaking out in disbelief, which led to Justin breaking character more than a few times.
There was one take where he literally grabbed me, he's like, what? And it was like shaking me, and then I think he hit me.
Do you ever watch This Is Us as a replacement for your own therapy session? Well, you're not the only one.
His journey, his bonding with his father and stuff like that, is kind of a therapy.
Because fans sometimes come up to the cast for a little one-on-one counseling. Sterling reveals that people often expect hugs and feel like they're already friends.
Oh, okay, we're hugging.
Right, we are hugging.
Okay.
It's like they're not just actors, but also accidental family therapists. For Chrissy Metz, this passion can come out in different ways, like people threatening to sue NBC if Kate left Toby at the altar.
People were like, I will abandon this show. I will sue NBC.
If you've wondered who gets to see the most shocking This Is Us episodes before everyone else, it turns out that Paramount Studios dedicates a whole room to secret pre-season screenings where a dozen family and friends get to give feedback on the show's biggest twists. Dan Fogelman says this doesn't always work out quite as intended. When they revealed that Jack finally made it out of that devastating house fire, the audience was too busy wondering where all the fire trucks were and why no one was calling 911. Not exactly the speechless reaction they were hoping for. Speaking of twists and turns, we might be surprised by all the new drama introduced each season, but all of the show's biggest twists were planned out way before the series even started filming. As for what we can look forward to in Season 5, Fogelman promises that we'll explore the story of Randall's birth mother, experience Rebecca living with Alzheimer's, and explore the struggles of marriage with Toby and Kate. But drama aside, the season will be filled with the Pearson family love that makes us feel all warm and gooey inside. Do you have a favorite behind-the-scenes moment? Let us know all your thoughts and what you expect from Season 5 in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button if you want more This Is Us content, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching!